where are you guys in the process with finding that second goal and with these set pieces?
Yeah, well, I think I wouldn't even say set pieces were an issue. That one, I think we needed to defend a corner better. The one before, I think that was one. I think the last one is just an unfortunate, I think Dilly wins the header because, like we haven't played a mark or anything like that. But looking at the game overall, the first half we should have been better. We know that we weren't up to our standards. Still very even game or even good chances, but we don't punish or we don't capitalize. Second half, as you said, I think the team was brilliant for 45 minutes. I think we dominated. It was us. It was, obviously we got that goal at the beginning, but we should have scored the second one. I think we need to take also responsibility with that because if you score the second one, it's game over. We didn't, and we by pressure on those. Obviously, the teams are alive till the end, and even if they, probably felt that the game was going away from them. It gets to the last minutes and it's one play like the one that happened, and then we drop 2 points. No? So it's something that we need to definitely be better at, consistency throughout the 90 minutes, and we need to be better in front of goal, definitely.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. Talk a little bit in this case, just to expand on that. What did you say to the squad at halftime? Because in the second half, you came out with fire. So something happened there. Thanks.
Yeah, I think it was basically we weren't being ourselves. We were disconnected in terms of the defending work. Like when we were shifting, we weren't shifting aggressively enough together. We were closing the gaps. We were doing individual efforts more than collective. So we know that when we do that defensively, then it helps us on the ball, and then also on the ball to try to find a little bit more the spare players, the spare gaps. And when we did that, we came on total control of the game. I think it's just a question of, as I said before, we need to, that final piece, we need to get a little bit better because I think again today we go up to 15 shots and scoring only one goal. I think we need to be better at that and key games if we want to be, up there in the table how we want to be.
Yeah, Gabriel, Sporting News. So last week you said that you guys played a big game of risk and rewards. How can the team mitigate the bigger risks like bypassing and things that create chances?
Yeah, obviously being a little bit better in our decision making and executions, but I think we saw in the second half that when we are up to the level that we are with a very difficult team to play against. Can't forget that we still have a lot of players that are not with the team, but still look how the team played that second half. It was outstanding. Up to that, I would say the injury time where, we look at that because we needed to control the game better. I think that for me is a question of on that first half that we needed to come in stronger and maybe cleaning up some technical errors. Overall, I was very happy with how the team reacted on the second half. I think it's just a question of making sure that we're a little bit more clinical to put these kind of games to bed, because today we saw the perfect example of what can happen. No? If this happens and there is still 15 minutes to go plus the injury time, then you have time to get back. But I think we kicked off and the game finished. No? So this is what happens when you're only having the lead of 1-0.
On a different note, Crystal Dunn started today. She's obviously been starting the last few games. Can you speak to her journey, just, the first games of the season not making the lineup and now being a regular starter? What do you think changed to make sure she would be in the lineup all the time?
Well, I think she's, as I said before, we played in a very complex system, and it happened as well with some of her teammates. Like, it is difficult to adapt. We saw the same with Ella Stevens, for example. No, at the beginning she wasn't playing. Now she's enjoying a lot more minutes. I think Crystal now understands a lot what we want to do off the ball, what we want to do on the ball, and now she needs to think less on the pitch and be more herself. And I think that's what's helping her to perform at the level that she is performing now, which is also higher. So from here, credit to her, because it wasn't easy. It's difficult adapting to a new team, new teammates, new coaches, new club, and now starting to be the one of the players that is taking on more responsibility now.
One two-part question. First, can you speak of Ella Stevens and Rosie's play this month? The two have stood out. And the second part, the last two games, you've played in extreme heat against two teams that like to play a high press like you guys. What are some of the unique challenges that get added from that heat on top of the normal challenges of facing those two double teams?
Yeah, I think we faced something similar in Louisville. I think in these kind of games you need to control the game from the ball because you're gonna end up doing more running. I think that's something that showed on the second half as well. We could feel that Seattle was a bit more tired than us. We were controlling the ball, we were controlling the spaces, we were being really good, but we didn't. As I said, I think if we could, put the game to bed, then we would have been a different scenario. But overall, very happy, on the players that got on the pitch to understand what is the expectation, and they are going there and executed most of the time. I think today we had a little gap on that first half where we needed to be better, but it's part of our growth. As you said, it's very difficult conditions to play, and credit to the players because it wasn't easy. I think it was very humid. We did extra time and then another 9 minutes at the end, so we were playing around. The games are not 90 minutes anymore. Now they are 105, 110 minutes on regular basis, and that's a lot. That's almost playing, like extra, how do you call it? Extra time? When it's like another half an hour. So it's really hard for them, and they're really pushing.
Hi, Juan.
Kind of big.
So, kind of a brief look at the rough stats. It looks like Seattle had about 31 clearances in this game, which is really high. You guys had 8 for comparison. Don't quote me on that. I don't know that that's finalized. But kind of pre-match, you were talking about how Seattle is a formidable opponent, and clearly, if they're putting up that kind of number, there's something happening, and whether you would attribute that to their defense or kind of lack of finishing. Whatever was kind of miscommunications happening. I was just wondering kind of how you would interpret that.
Yeah, I think obviously we are the team in the league that plays the most passes into the opposition's box, and I think Seattle is one of the teams that concedes the most. So it was a question of, okay, now we are around the box, what do we execute? I think we have plenty of opportunities to execute better, and we didn't. So we the only thing that you can do when you do that is keep working on it, keep understanding the spaces and exploiting them. I think we're doing that quite well, but it's a question of also finalize those details because we definitely had the opportunities to put the game to bed, and we need to be better at that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah. How important is players like Alice Stevens going to be going into the Summer Cup, to continue to produce throughout the season? You have 2 games off pretty much and come straight back in with an assist.
Yeah, Ella has been outstanding. I think you all can see those key moments, but if you look at her work off the ball, her work on the press, how reliable she is with her technical ability, and how much she's giving to this team, she's definitely stepping up as a very important player for us with goals, assists, key moments, and she's connecting really well with the people around her. We could see, that's what we always spoke, that calmness, make a good decision, you give the ball to Rose, then Rose executes. I think that's football. We need to make sure that we are a little bit better around those, in those moments around the box. And but Ella definitely is being someone that has adapted really well to the style. She works incredibly hard, and it's paying off with performances. So credit to her because. It wasn't an easy start of the year for her, and she kept working, and now the results are paying off now.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.